I can't move back.
If I thought that, I wouldn't have let you move in. Hey, you lot.
Hi, Mitch. You could have at least said hello, Blake. You can be so rude sometimes.
Just because you guys want to suck up to him doesn't mean I have to.
Nobody is sucking up to him. I just happen to think he's a nice guy, okay?
Yeah, it's okay, Blake, once you get to know him.
Yeah, well, look, he might have you guys fooled, but as far as I'm concerned, it's all an act. He's just like the rest. And I'll tell you something else. He isn't that great a teacher either.
Yeah, well, I just think you should give him a chance, that's all.
Well, I gave him a chance. He's not getting another one.
They are pupils of yours?
Yeah.
Oh, they seem like a nice bunch.
Yeah, the girls are fine. Blake's a bit of a worry, though, but yeah, they're all right.
Are our lunches ready, Elsa?
Oh, yes, they certainly are, despite the fact that Alf has been trying to eat them as fast as I can make them.
Hey, fair go, I'm just nibbling.
That's what Jaws said.
Thanks a lot, Alice. See you later.
Okay,
Bye.
see you later.
Yeah,
Have a
see
good
you,
day.
kids.
Just nibbling, eh?
Oh,
You know, love,
got a maths book.
times are changing a bit. I mean, we're not as young as we were, Alf. And you've got a lot on your plate with these kids and everything, you know.
Well, if you're trying to say that I won't be able to give Bobby the emotional support that I have before, then you needn't bother, love. She's changed too. She's a very capable young woman. I honestly think that if Donald does show her the door, she'll handle it.
Oh, gee, I don't think Don would go that far. I think he learned his lesson with young Alan. By the same token, I don't reckon it'll be easy for someone like Donald to come to terms with the fact that his unmarried daughter is having a baby.
Yes, that's for sure.
Oh, come on, or we'll be late.
Guess what I just heard?
What?
The Third Reich's use of enforced foreign labour was tantamount to slave labour, which, as we learnt last year, was abolished in 1807. Yes, Karen?
In our last school, the teacher said slavery wasn't abolished until 1863.
Well, I'm sorry, Karen. I'm afraid your teacher was wrong.
But it was in my encyclopedia too.
I doubt that.
I remember it clearly, sir.
Then your encyclopedia was wrong. Now, let's forget it, shall we, and stop wasting time.
Sir, look, Karen's usually right about things like that. She's pretty good with dates.
Yes, well, this time she happens to be wrong.
Yeah, well, what if she isn't? I mean, it'll be a bit late if we get into the exams and find out you've been teaching us all the wrong stuff, won't it?
The subject is closed. I don't wish to discuss it any further, all right?
Come on, cool it, Blake.
Yeah, right. I forgot there's only allowed to be one bloke that's right in this class.
Right. That's it. That is enough. Out in the corridor, the pair of you. The rest of you can do the multiple choice test on page 213. And I'm trusting you not to look up the answers.
I told you to cool it. You just couldn't leave it alone, could you?
I don't know if that was an example of how you behaved in your last school, but I thought I made it perfectly clear when you started here the standard that I expect from my pupils. Now, if that is any indication, then obviously I did not get through to you. So, maybe a week's playground detention might drive the message home.
That's not fair.
Too bad. Both of you are to report to my office. Is that understood?
Just for sticking up for
Shut
ourselves.
up, Blake.
That is excellent advice. And if I were you, I would take it. Now, let's get back to class.
Wonder if you put Bobby under tension as well.
What? What was that?
Nothing.
Just a minute. You said something about Bobby. I'd like to know what it is, and I'd like to know now.
You can't help yourself, can you? You always think you're so much smarter than everyone else, Blake. Well, thanks a lot. It was supposed to be a new start for us coming here. But it looks like we'll be picking up paper for the next 2 years now, doesn't it?
I didn't think he'd hear me, all right?
Oh, what? He was standing right there.
I didn't think he'd hear me.
No, Blake. You didn't think, period.
Hey, what are you guys doing out here?
Mr. Fisher told us to wait here for him.
Oh, I see. What's going on in there?
Come on, guys, call it. They'll be sending someone down to check on us in a minute.
Yes, they will, won't they? Oh, yes. Seats, please. Okay, where's Mr. Fisher? Oh, silent treatment. Nasty. So?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, he went outside with Blake and Karen and he just took off. That was about a couple of minutes ago.
Oh. Well, there's still about 12 minutes till the bell. Plenty of time to write, say, 150 words on social pressures leading up to World War II. Come on! Something you obviously know a lot about since none of you thought you needed to read about it while Mr. Fisher was away. Whinge. Now I think there'd only be 11 minutes to do that. Now, I'm going to go out into the corridor for a minute, That's as far as I'm going. I'll be just outside, so if anyone has any grand ideas about acting up, forget them. Get the picture? Good, as long as we understand each other. Get cracking, you lot. Okay, what have you two been up to?
Nothing.
Right, so Mr. Fisher just walked in, decided he didn't like your faces and nicked off. Is that it?
Yeah.
Blake,
Come on, Karen, out with it.
Mr. Fisher said slavery was abolished in 1807, and my last teacher said it was 1863. Well, we sort of got into an argument about it. Well, Blake did anyway.
All right. Well, that explains the way around here, sort of. What happened to Mr. Fisher? Come on, Karen.
My big mouth brother can explain that one.
What are you two still doing here?
You told us to wait here until you got back.
Oh, right. Well, it took a little longer than I expected. Look, I'm sorry. You've obviously missed recess, so why don't you get back to class and come and see me after school about the detention, all right?
Sir?
Yes?
Look, I'm sorry for what I said before. You know, about Bobby. I shouldn't have said it.
No, you shouldn't. However, you've apologized, and I accept that. It still doesn't excuse your behavior in class, though, does it?
No, sir.
The detention stands. Oh, Grant. I was just about to do all that.
No, it's all right. I didn't know if you were back.
I understand you took the class for me. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Obviously, I owe you an explanation.
Well, as a matter of fact, no, you don't.
Oh, I see. News travels fast. You've already heard.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
Well, you know, about the,
What is there to be sorry about? I'm about to become a grandfather. Now, I am just old-fashioned enough to believe that that is still something worth celebrating.
Yes,
And if I had a cigar, I'd offer you one.
We shouldn't be on detention at all. I mean, Karen was right. Slavery was abolished in 1863.
Yeah, well, maybe he was talking about something else.
No, it was 1863. Just wish I had my old encyclopedia here to prove it.
He wouldn't listen. He'd say the book was wrong. Fisher is the only one that's allowed to be right around here. Or didn't you know that?
Donald.
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln.
What? I beg your pardon?
Abraham Lincoln. Abolition of slavery. What year?
Oh, it's 1863, eh? What? Oh, I see.
You see, Karen must have used an American encyclopedia. 1807 was when the British Empire abolished slavery.
Well, that's what I was referring to, and we were discussing Europe at the time. However, I should have made the connection, I suppose.
You can't blame her for getting the wrong end of the stick. I mean, the Yanks seem to conveniently ignore anything that happened outside the States. History began with the Mayflower, as far as they're concerned.
Oh, yes, according to them, the First World War started in 1917, 2 years after Gallipoli.
So you and Karen were both right, weren't you?
I had managed to work that out for myself. But thank you, Grant.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I mean, it was no big deal, me telling Flathead about Bobby anyway.
Will you listen to him?
Oh, Karen.
What now?
Karen,
Yes, sir?
look, about that discussion we were having in class this morning.
What about it?
It's been brought to my attention that you're probably confusing the abolition of slavery in America, which was 1863. The fact remains, however, the relevant date for Australia is 1807, when the English did away with it.
Oh.
However, I suppose I should be grateful to have a student in class who shows such an interest in the subject. And you were perfectly right to challenge me when you believed you were truly right. So under the circumstances, I've decided to cancel the detention.
Oh, thanks, sir.
Great. I don't know what you're getting so excited about. You were put on detention for insolence, and nothing's changed. Yours still stands. Blake, you may have just revolutionized playground detention. Most of the pupils would take the paper to the bin, not the bin to the paper. It would never occur to them they could get more done this way.
Yes, sir.
Well, you seem to have done your fair share. Why don't you just finish off this section and then go?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You really had to force yourself to say that, didn't you? I've just been rereading your last reports. What do you think they say about you?
I don't know. Always in trouble, I guess.
Yes, they do, amongst other things. They also say you're very intelligent. A waste of ability, your last form teacher wrote.
Yeah, well, she didn't like me too much.
Well, most of your teachers seem to say the same thing anyway. Do you suppose they were all against you? You haven't got off to a very good start here, have you?
No.
Well, I hope I don't have to write a waste of ability in your report when you leave here.
No, sir.
Look, you're excused the playground detention. You needn't report tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hi.
Well, what are you doing here?
I just thought I'd come down to see if you're okay.
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey. You want to go for a walk on the beach?
Okay.
Oh, Mitch,
Ah, Karen. Blake.
I haven't had a chance to thank you for talking to Mr. Fisher the other day. You know, about the abolition of slavery.
Oh, that. Oh, I'm glad I could help sort it out. Easy enough mistake to make.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it'd be such a big deal.
Well, you got to stand up for yourself if you believe you're right. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, well, Mr. Fisher let us off detention anyway.
Oh, I still had to do mine.
Only for one day.
Wouldn't have been too bad, would it?
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Look, I guess I might have been wrong when I thought you were a jerk.
Oh, give me time. You might still be right. Hey, listen, if you're still interested in life-saving, spot for you on the team. Hey, so?
Oh, you're Mr. Popularity with the kids this morning?
Yes, well, what can I tell you? It's because I still think like a 15-year-old. I'm not an old fogey like you. I don't know, tied down with the worries of the world, trying to run a business. Bobby, you have forgotten what it means to be young.
Oh, have I? And what's an old fogey?
An old fogey, in my opinion, someone who isn't energetic, someone who isn't adventurous. They're an old fogey in my book.